Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day you're watching this webinar. My name is Nikki Sfikas. I am the Director of Agent Services here at Keller Williams DFW Preferred. So what we're going to do today is go through the lay of the land or the office orientation. So we're going to go through some basics as far as the office goes, that sort of thing. I'm sorry that you couldn't make it to do a live class with me, but that's kind of why we do this. So I'm going to go through exactly what I go through in the live class. So right now you should just see my go-to meeting screen here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the PowerPoint that we're going to be using. And we're essentially just kind of going to go through the PowerPoint here. So let me switch this out here so you can see the big screen. There we go. So again, welcome to Keller Williams. We're really glad to have you here as a new agent, or whether you're a producing agent that's moved over to Keller Williams. We're very happy you're here. Moving on here. This is going to be our Keller Williams mission statement. So to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living. Also experiences worth giving and legacies worth leaving. So this kind of goes hand in hand with our belief system. And any decision that myself, Maria, the leadership team makes for the Market Center, we make sure that we go back and we make sure that we're in line with this. So win-win or no deal. And we know if we're doing all of those things that we're building careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living, and so on and so forth. This next slide here is going to show you Maria. So you probably all met Maria already, but she is our team leader here in the Market Center. Her main goal for the Market Center is going to be recruit to the office. So of course, she's probably the one that you met with when you were joining different offices, checking them out. So essentially her number one goal is to recruit market share to the office. So in that sense, we kind of try to protect Maria's time. So if you have any just day-to-day questions, those won't go to Maria, those would go to myself or some of the other staff, which we'll learn here in just a minute. So Maria is really only going to be there for recruiting purposes as well as major office issues. She also, is going to run the office meetings, that sort of thing. So you'll see her and hear from her a lot. But like I said, we kind of try to protect her time. So if it's a day-to-day question, always ask us first. And if it needs to go through Maria, we will absolutely let you know. She also has an executive assistant that's right by her office. So if you ever want to meet with Maria, just go ahead and check with Cody, her executive assistant, and you can schedule some time on Maria's calendar. That is her cell phone number right there. If you don't have it, you can go ahead and put it in your phone, 480-241-4216. And if you need more time to write that down, you can just go ahead and pause this video. But we're going to go ahead and move on. This is Liz Rourke. She is our broker on record for the office. So the reason that Liz is important, of course, she's the one who actually holds all of your licenses here within the brokerage. So she will always tell you to call her sooner rather than later. She likes to keep y'all safe out there in the field. So that's her mobile number right there, 972-672-1546. I wouldn't worry about Liz's office number too terribly much. She's normally on her cell phone. If she doesn't answer, it's because she could be teaching a class. She does teach from MetroText. So if she doesn't answer, send her a text message or an email. She'll get back to you right away. But she does answer her phone on nights and weekends. She understands that time kills deals. She would rather talk to you sooner rather than later. So if you have any contract transaction-based questions, they can always go to your broker. And there's her number right there. She also is in the office. So she has an office that's not too far from mine. Most of you know where my office is at this point because you've onboarded with me. She's just a couple offices down from mine. This here is our 2018 ALC. We pick this group every year. So it's made out of the top 20% of the agents. They have to do a couple different things to qualify to be on the ALC. And these people are essentially the people that we make the big decisions with the Market Center. So this is Gary Keller's way of making sure that you, the agents, are the one making the decisions in the Market Center versus us at leadership just handing down and telling you what to do. So if for some reason, which this shouldn't happen, but if you aren't able to get a hold of leadership at the office, you can always call one of these agents as well. They have a pretty good idea of what's going on within the office. This here just basically tells you a little bit about the ALC, like I just talked about. They do meet once a month. It is the third Tuesday of the month. Every agent is welcome to attend the ALC meeting. However, only the ALC members and the leadership will speak during those meetings. The reason you'd want to join those meetings is so you can hear about the big decisions that are going on in the Market Center currently. For instance, right now we're talking about where we're going to end up when our lease is done here at this office, whether we're going to renovate this current space or move somewhere else. So those are the kind of big decisions that we make with the ALC. Okay, moving on here. This is Helen. She is your productivity coach as well as your launch coach. So Helen is basically the person who's going to handhold you through your first 3 transactions. This is very important because as a new agent, when you get out of real estate school, you don't know what you don't know yet, and that's totally fine. Helen is kind of the person there to help you along that way. So she's the person where on Saturday, if you get a new client and you don't know what to do, you call up Helen and say, Helen, I don't know what to do. She's going to let you know what forms you need, what they need to initial here, where, sign what, that sort of thing. She also does one-on-one coaching as well as hold you accountable. So her mobile number is right there, 214-534-2020. I would go ahead and put that in your cell phone. If you had not heard from Helen yet, she will probably reach out to you in the next couple of days to set up your first meeting. She also does a coaching orientation, so look at the calendar for that as well. This here is going to be Cassie. So Cassie is our MCA or Market Center Administrator. Basically, she's essentially the office manager for the office. So she handles all things money here. So anything having to do with money is going to go through Cassie, whether that be taxes, office bills, commissions, really anything having to do with money, billing, all that kind of stuff. So we kind of try to keep those worlds separate here, but it's nice because you do get paid at closing at Keller Williams, and the MCA is the reason why. So you'll start to learn different classes and stuff as far as green sheets. You see green sheets here is your paperless office. So you'll start to learn that kind of stuff once you get into transactions, but Cassie is the person that you go to for anything money, so all things money. And this is myself. Again, my name is Nikki. I am the Director of Agent Services here. Most of you have already met me. We've gone through your new agent onboarding. If for some reason we did your onboarding online, I hope to meet you sometime soon. But basically, my biggest job for the office is to support the agents at a high level. So I kind of like to joke sometimes, but I like to say I'm y'all's concierge without being everyone's personal assistant, which has a lot of truth to it. So I'm kind of the person that can help direct you when you're lost. So call me when you don't know where to get into what, or you're locked out of this, or I need help with my marketing or my business cards, or anything having to do with your business. I can help support it. The easiest way to think of me is anything having to do not with production, come to me for. So one of the things to remember about myself is I am not a licensed real estate agent. So even though I know the answers to most contract questions, I can't legally tell you the answer. So as far as production goes, you would call your broker or your coach, Helen. Anything else you can call me for. So I hope that kind of helps clear up who to call for what. As well as agent onboarding and supporting your businesses at a high level, I also create and facilitate events, trainings, and classes offered here to you guys. So I work really closely with the committees and event planning as far as training, as well as the fun stuff goes too. So Christmas parties, car shows, that sort of thing. It says here I manage social networking sites for the Market Center. I have pretty much leveraged that to the front desk. So the front desk takes care of that now, which is awesome. And they, of course, have more time to do a more thorough job. As well as the things above, I also do vendor relationships. So you'll be out in the field and you'll hear people, whether they be roofers, title companies, that sort of thing. You'll run into them out in the field and they'll ask you if they can come sponsor something in our office. When you get that, just turn their information over to me or vice versa, give them my information, and I will kind of cultivate that relationship. There's a couple things that we have to do in order to get them to be a vendor in the office. Number one, of course, every vendor possible wants to be in front of our agents at all times because they're trying to sell their whatever they do. So we obviously have to make sure they do good business, that sort of thing. So there's some steps that I go through. So if that happens to you, just turn their information over to me. And then lastly, but not least, I also help with recruiting for the office. So I probably do up to 10 recruiting appointments a month. So if you ever need me to help you to recruit an agent, I can do that as well. Down at the bottom there is my office line as well as my text line. That text line is a very easy way to get a hold of me quickly. That way, if I'm in another onboarding and at a training class, I'm teaching a class, something like that, I can get back to you quickly and you're not waiting for an answer. So go ahead and put that in your phone if you don't have that in your phone already. Okay, we're going to move on here. Next person you're going to meet is Emily. She is our Director of First Impressions. That is what we call our receptionist here at Keller Williams. And she's responsible for making the best first impression possible on anyone who enters the Market Center, whether that be agents or your clients. So that's her number one job. She also, of course, does all of the normal receptionist duties as far as answering the phone, distributing mail, and that sort of thing. She also helps you in scheduling conference rooms and maintaining our company roster. And it says down here, her job is to provide reasonable customer service to the agents without performing duties that associates would otherwise assign to their own personal assistant. So kind of the same thing I say is we can help you support your business, but there's some things that we will show you how to do and have you do them on your own because of course it is your business. And we just truly, with over 200 agents, don't have the time to do everything for everyone, but we will help you as best we can. This number down here where it says KW office announcements is very important, the 972-992-7512 number. That is a number that we use to mass text all the agents at one time. The reason we might use this is to say we're doing a training class and we have a last minute location change or something like that that you need to know about. We need to make sure we can reach you. We will use this text line. So please save it in your phone as KW office announcements or KW office text. That way when you get a text from it, you know exactly who it is and you know to not call that line back because it is strictly a text message line. And that's at 972-992-7512 there at the bottom. And again, if you need more time to put the numbers in your phone, simply just pause this video and you can press play when you're ready to go again. This is going to be Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So this is one of the marketing portals that you have access to as a Keller Williams agent. Michael Lewis was a Keller Williams agent in California who saw a need for this, and he also knew graphic design. So he broke out of production and made this strictly for Keller Williams. Not every Keller Williams office has access to this, so it's pretty awesome that we do. So I'm going to click through and actually show you Michael Lewis Marketing Suite and a couple of things within Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. That way when you're logging in, it's not the first time that you're seeing it. So I'm going to click here. It's going to take me actually to Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. Now, once I get here, you'll see that there's a login button to the top right. Each one of you will have your own Michael Lewis Marketing Suite account, and that information is provided in the booklet that I gave you at onboarding. Go ahead and click login, and we'll log in here. Your login is going to be your Keller Williams email address, and then the password given to you in your booklet. Okay, once we log in here, you'll see the main Michael Lewis Marketing Suite screen, and then you have your options up here: business cards, door hangers, flyers, postcards, property brochures, etc., etc. Let me get this out of the way. Sorry about that. Okay. Now you see you have all these tabs up here. So we're going to start with business cards. As a new agent, of course, you're probably wondering where you're going to get your business cards. This is a great place to order your first set of business cards. The reason being is they already have Keller Williams templates in there for you. That way you don't have to design the template and you don't have to be worried about being TREC compliant or anything like that. So once I clicked on this business cards up here, now I have different templates here I can choose from. There's a red series. If I were to click here to slate series, it's going to give me some different templates. So a darker template there as far as slate series goes. White series, of course, is going to be a white template and so on and so forth. So you have some different options up here. If you are a commercial agent, there is some commercial templates here as well. So we'll go back to red series here. So you can scroll down and see there's different options as you scroll through. So once you decide which template you'd want, you'd go ahead and click on the business card. It's going to prompt you to select a back template. The cool thing about Michael Lewis is they come double-sided at no additional cost, glossy and thick. So they are very nice cards, and they're pretty reasonable. So 500, I believe, is $30. 1,000 cards is $50. So they're very reasonable and they come within about a week. So you're not waiting a very long time for your cards. So once I clicked my template, it brought me back. I'm going to click here to select a back template. Now you can see once this loads, you have all the options up here of the different back templates as well. You also have a design my own back option. The reason you might want to do that is to put a quote on the back of your card, something like "I'm never too busy for any of your referrals" or something to that effect. So for time purposes, I'm just going to choose one of the templates provided here. And then I'm going to click on Edit Selected Template. And once I click on that, it's going to bring up the template where I can edit anything that I want to. So we'll just give it a second to load here. And then we're going to zoom over here a little bit where you see the zoom feature because I'm blind and I can't see that. And here we are. So this is Larry. He actually used to be a team leader back in the day here at this office. But obviously I'm not Larry, so I need to edit this template. So I'm going to double click on the name. It's going to bring up a text editor box, and I can type anything I want to in that box. So I'm going to put my name there, and I'm going to commit changes, and it's going to go ahead and change it in there for me. The next line down is team leader or associate broker. We're going to want to change that. Since most of y'all are realtors, I'm going to show you that. So if I type realtor in here in all caps, now I need the realtor symbol. I can go up here to add special characters and choose the R symbol. Now when I hit commit changes, it's going to go in there for me. I can click through here to change my mobile phone. Maybe you want a different phone number on there as well. So I'm going to put my office phone. And then I'm also going to put my mobile phone. Once I have what I want in there, I'm going to hit commit changes. And now you can see you can only see my office phone. I'm going to go up here, make it a little bit smaller, and then move my box so you can see both. So now you can see both of my phone numbers. So I can edit anything I want to, move it around here. I can change the size. So you have all these options up here to edit. Here I would edit my website, my email address, so on and so forth. When I'm ready to edit my picture, I simply click on the picture and choose the option to upload. When I do that, it's going to bring up and I can browse here within my computer. Okay, so then I could upload any picture that I wanted to. I'm not going to actually upload the picture, but you get the idea of how you change it. Once you've edited everything on your card and you're ready to purchase, you're going to go up here to view proof and continue. When I click that button, it's going to build your design and bring up a proof for you to edit. As you can see, this proof has the front and the back. Make sure when you're looking at this that it is exactly what you want on your card. The reason being is once you approve the proof down here on your online proof approval, you will not be able to change it. So even if something's wrong after that, you will have to purchase new cards. So make sure when you add them to your cart and you do your online proof approval, it's exactly what you want. If something's wrong and you need to re-edit it, of course, just choose this return to the editor button. Okay, so we're going to say that everything was fine. I'm going to click my online proof approval. I'm going to add it to my cart, and you'll see here it wants me to put in my initials. Once I put in my initials, no changes can be made to the order. So make sure you are approving your work as is. I've actually done this a couple years ago. I called, I batted my eyes, tried to do everything I could, and they were like, whoop, sorry, you initialed the proof. So make sure it's just correct, okay? Once you do that, you'd hit continue, add them to your cart, and then just purchase as normal. Okay, I'm going to go back here so I can show you a couple more things within Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. If you have any questions as far as ordering business cards or any issues, just call me and let me know and I can help you out with that. Here you have some other options, door hangers, flyers, postcards. So you have all those options there. Property brochures, of course. So those are things that you might use and edit when you get into production. The cool thing about Michael Lewis is when I go in and I choose one of these flyers, and I'll show you some of the options here, you'll be able to download the PDF and print them at the copier here in the office. So it's not costing you anything except the cost of the kind of paper that you'd like to print them on. So you could just choose one of these flyers, edit it like we did the business card, and then instead of adding it to your cart to purchase, you would just download the PDF and print it on your own. So that's the cool thing about Michael Lewis. The last thing I want to show you within Michael Lewis is going to be this free stuff tab. Once I click on the Free Stuff tab, it's going to bring up this screen. This first option, the listing presentations and buyer consultations, is going to be extremely important to you as a new agent. So I'm going to go ahead and click to expand here. And here you have the different options as far as listing presentations goes. I'll click on one just to show you. It's going to download down here. So I'm going to give it a second to download. But essentially a listing presentation, you're going to want to get it ready. That way when you get your first listing appointment, you're just plugging your client's information, your client's picture, or your client's home picture within your listing presentation, and then you're ready to go to your listing appointment. So that would be the idea behind the listing presentations. Of course, you see there's a couple different options, a genetic vertical, a genetic horizontal, a modern horizontal. So, sorry, generic. So you're going to have some different options there. Obviously, you're not going to want to bring a modern listing presentation to like a $150,000 listing because it's just not going to fit. So go ahead and just make sure that, those are the one, whichever one you want is the one you're using it. So looks like it's ready for us to open here. So I'm going to click on it and open up the PowerPoint here. It will take a second. My computer is a little slow. But once we get it open here, I will show you. The cool thing about the listing presentation and the reason it opens in PowerPoint is because every page is essentially a slide within PowerPoint. So you can hide the pages you don't want to use for certain transactions and so on and so forth. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So now we have this open here. I'm going to enable so we can edit it. But you see here it says KW Marketing Listing Consultation. You can, of course, change the wording there if you want to. Completely up to you. Okay. So now that we have the listing presentation, you can see this is the first page here. If I were to click on the second page, it's going to say prepared for the exclusive use of, and then a client's name, an address, and an image of potential client's home. So what you're going to want to do if you go to a listing appointment is obviously this entire presentation would already be done for you. You've already saved it on your computer, and then you're just going to change this page when you go to your different listing appointments. So that's what's nice about this presentation. Of course, you'd put the client's name you're going to see, the address of the listing you're trying to get, as well as an image of that home. Normally, it's a resale unless it's a new build, so you will be able to find a picture of the client's home to put in there. If not, you can put a city landmark or something like that that just personalizes it to the client. As you go on here, you'll see the next page is going to say prepared by. So of course you would put your information there as the real estate agent. The next page is just a little note where you would type a personal message to your client. So you can, type a message there and have it ready to go. The next one is going to be a bio, a little bit about you as an agent. And then it's going to go into the Keller Williams marketing strategy. So essentially the listing presentation, number one, as a new agent, it's very good because it keeps the listing conversation moving along when you go to that appointment. If you recruited with us, you probably noticed that either if you met with myself, I use a recruiting flipbook, or if you met with Maria, she uses a flipbook or a PowerPoint presentation. It's kind of the same idea, right? It keeps the conversation moving along. That way, if you get off track, or as a new agent, if you forget your script or what you're saying, then you have a little guide there for you to keep you on track. So it's going to talk about all the possible things that you could do to market that client's property. So of course it will start with staging, but say maybe you're not staging this property. Staging isn't appropriate for every sale. It just kind of depends on the sale. So say we want to hide this slide. We're going to go over here. We're going to right click and we're going to go down to hide slide. When I do that, it's going to gray out the slide over here as well as put a cross through over the number. All that means is when I print out this presentation, that page is not going to print out. So you don't have to delete it in case you want it later, but we've hidden it for this transaction since we're not going to use it. And then it goes on. So professional photography, print media. So basically it just helps you have the conversation of why they should choose you as their listing agent. Now, of course, this has every possible thing that you could possibly need for each property. So you're going to want to go through and scrub it and take out the things that you don't want. You do want that sort of thing. But it would be my advice to go ahead and get one of these ready. That way, when you get your first appointment, all you're having to do is change this second page here, print it out at the office, and you're ready to go to your appointment. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this and go back to Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So you see here is where we got the presentation. So I just clicked and downloaded it and went into PowerPoint. So those are there for you. You have access to those under the Free Stuff tab. That's all we're going to go through as far as Michael Lewis goes today. I just kind of wanted y'all to see it. That way when you're logging in, it's not the first time you're seeing this portal. Like I said, if you have any issues, you can also call this number up here, this customer care number, 310-606-2029. Their customer service is pretty awesome, as well as you can just call myself and I can help walk you through any problems you're having with my Lotus Marketing Suite. Okay, we're going to go back to PowerPoint here. All right, so moving on to name tags. So name tag is one of the most cost-effective ways to market yourself as a realtor. It would be my advice to go ahead and get a name tag as soon as possible. These two websites here on the right, Recognition Express and House of Magnets, are two websites that most of our agents get their name tags from. Recognition Express is going to be a little bit more expensive than House of Magnets, but they're still pretty cost-effective. Recognition Express, I believe they range from $10 to $40. House of Magnets will do 2 for $10 or 5 for $20. The rhinestone ones you see here, they came from Recognition Express, but they also do that at House of Magnets for an additional cost as well. So it's kind of up to you. There's tons of different templates and stuff that you can choose from. And then, of course, they would ship them to the market center or whatever address you put in the shipping field, whether you want it to be your house or the office. So it's a very good idea to get one of these as soon as possible and start to wear them everywhere. So PTA meetings, happy hours, grocery stores, wherever you're going, it could be a conversation starter and to get you a client. So these are the two websites that I would advise to go get name tags at. Additionally, House of Magnets also does a new agent discount pack, which is pretty cool. So for $49, you can get 500 business cards, 2 name badges, 2 card magnets or 2 writer sides, and 50 note cards. So it's kind of up to you if you want to do something like this. If this is something that you want to do, please go ahead and shoot me an email and I will send you the link that goes straight to this page on the internet. It's kind of hard to find if you go to houseofmagnets.com. So again, if this is something you're interested in, shoot me an email, Nikki Ray, NIKKIRAE @kw.com, and I will send you the link. Moving on to headshots. So headshots is extremely important in real estate. Real estate is a very facial recognition industry. So it'd be a good idea to go ahead and get your headshot. We normally have people come in the office once a month to do headshots. So if you haven't heard me talk about that or you haven't signed up for one of those, you can call the front desk to see if we have anyone on the schedule. If not, these are some 3 people that I go ahead and refer out to. They do really awesome headshots and they are pretty cost effective. So you can pause this video and write down their information if you'd like to, and go ahead and reach out to them to get a headshot. Once you get your headshot, make sure that you send it to myself or to the front desk so we can update our marketing on our side as well. Okay, the next thing we're going to go to is signs. The cool thing about signs is we have a Market Center alliance with buildasign.com, so it's very simple and cost effective to order from them. They do have a new agent discount code. So if you're wanting this discount code, go ahead and send me an email and I will send you that link. That way you can get the discount, but basically the discount is going to take off about $60, so it's pretty nice. But essentially this is the website that you're going to get to order your first signs. So you're going to order a couple sign panels as well as some frames down here depending on your personal preference and what you would like. It's that time of the lay of the land to give you your special secret word. At the beginning or in your email, we told you to email me your secret word. That way I know that you've made it through lay of the land orientation. Your secret word is hash brown. Again, that is hash brown. So if you will email me your secret word, HASHBROWN, hash brown. All right, moving on. Okay, so as you start your real estate business, you're going to need vendors kind of in your back pocket. So whether that be foundation companies, real title companies, roofers, that sort of thing. We have some of those here at the office that are in our vendor program. So it's a good idea to reach out to a couple of the vendors we already have here in the program and introduce yourself. It's always a good idea to start building those relationships. Another reason for that being is they could be sending you business. So maybe it's a contractor who works on a house and they want to sell the house, but they don't have a realtor. Or maybe it's a lender who does a pre-approval for a couple that doesn't have a realtor and are looking for a house. So you can always be sending business back and forth between between realtors as well as vendors. So it's always a good idea to start to build those relationships. You will find them on our vendor wall here in the office. If you go up to the front, you should see the vendor wall. But if you don't see it, you can just ask the front desk and they can direct you there. Okay, this is going to be my KW, so I'm going to show you a couple things within my KW, so that way the first time you log in, it's not the first time you're seeing it. So I'm going to click through and it's going to go ahead and take me to log into my KW. So I have already logged in, so I'm going to choose KW Internet here. And once you log into mykw.kw.com for the first time, this is the screen you should see. You might not have a picture up here yet because you haven't taken your headshot. Also, if your profile doesn't always get to 100% complete, don't worry about that. I've been here about 2 years and mine's at 78%. So don't be worried about that. There's so many different avenues where data could be entered within my KW. You could be missing something you can't even get to. So I wouldn't really be worried about having that at 100%. Your clients will never see that. This is just an internal internet for you. So up here you have some tabs, which I'm going to show you some different things within the tabs here. Under Home, there's a Welcome New Associates page. That, of course, is good for our newer agents. There's some articles, videos, and stuff that you can go through and look at. Under the Education tab here is KW Connect. KW Connect is your 24/7 online learning portal. So anything that you learn within Keller Williams in the Market Center or outside the Market Center is normally housed within KW Connect. You can search for different videos, that sort of thing within KW Connect. So it's pretty cool. I'll click on it and show you an example. So of course here, when you click on KW Connect, here's some upcoming courses as well as some videos that they have posted. So there's some different videos within here, how to create a green sheet, which you'll learn about, Ignite, back to the basics. Your clients do want to see your personal stuff, power of your determination. So a lot of different videos that different people within Keller Williams have posted. And then you can also search here for anything that you possibly would want. So that's KW Connect. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go back to my KW here. So I just went to Education to get to KW Connect there. You also have my tracker within Education. So if you're going through Ignite right now, you should be tracking your activity within my tracker. So I hope you're using that if you're going through Ignite. If you're not using it, here it is right here. So please start using it. Here under Coaching, there's a Power Hour tab. The Power Hour tab is pretty cool because it brings up some videos. Basically, this is the CEO of MAPS Coaching as well as the writer of Bold, which is an accountability program that you'll learn about once you start your business. Diana Kokoska, who wrote both of those things, does these Power Hour videos. So she basically posts a new one every morning. They're 1 to 2 minutes long, so they're not very long, but they will help you tremendously with your business. So those are the Power Hour videos. And how you get to those is just here under Coaching and Power Hour. Under the Marketing tab, there's a Logos box. So if you were to click on the Logos box, it's going to bring up all the logos and branding for Keller Williams that you can download to your computer for marketing and that sort of thing. Under Technology here, you have some different options. So KW Websites is how you're going to get to your website. That's how you're going to edit your website, launch your website, do all that kind of stuff. If you come to Technology Orientation, we'll go through that a little bit, as well as there is a website class on the calendar. If you need more help, Fridays between 2 and 4 p.m., you can find me in the drop-in area to help you with that, or you can shoot me an email and we can set up some time to sit down together. Also in here is KW email. So if for some reason you forget that you can just go to google.com and sign in, you can get to your KW email through here. And then change password here is how you would change your password for your MyKW. As you're starting out, we ask you, please don't change the password for about a month because we're still on the back end connecting to your website, to the MLS, that sort of thing. Once we're done, we'll let you know and you can change it to whatever you would like. There's also a support and answers page here. This page is really awesome as far as Keller Williams support goes. Here is the support number if you were to need it right here. It says email us or call us at. As you notice, it's a 512 number, which is local for Austin, Texas. So they are at Keller Williams International. It's not a 1-800 number. They are awesome if you ever need to call them. But before you call them, you can always enter a search term here. These articles are really awesome. For instance, here's KW Technology, KW Commercial, Green Sheets. So here's 6 articles about how to do a green sheet. Here's My Transactions, so tons of articles about how to do dot loop. So anything that you might need access to or help with, there's probably an article within it somewhere within Keller Williams Support Center. So that's there for you if you need it. And how you get to that is just technology and support and answers. Okay, under resources here, we have KW Wellness. KW Wellness is our marketplace through healthcare.gov. We do have group rates and stuff for health insurance, so if you need that, it is there for you. And then under events is the events tab. So we have Austin events, which is where Keller Williams International is. Family Reunion, which is one of our big conferences each year in February. Mega Camp, another conference we do around around August in Austin. And then Red Day is, of course, the second week of May every year. That is a day where every Keller Williams office worldwide closes and we go give back to the community. So it's coming up on May 10th. If you want more information about that, you can give me a call or email me and I'll get you signed up for Red Day. As far as MyKW, that's all we're going to go through as far as the basics. If you come to a technology class, we'll go a little bit more in depth as far as MyKW, what it does, that sort of thing. But that's just your basics, so you know kind of how to navigate those top up there. This edge control panel is something that we go through in technology orientation. So join me for technology orientation to learn more about that. Okay, we're going to go back here to our PowerPoint. And last but not least, we have here some videos. So I'm going to click on the link here. Normally this is a video that I show within class. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and see if I can't play the sound for y'all as well. This is going to be the history within Keller Williams. So it's a pretty awesome video.
Companies are nothing more than people. People create everything inside an organization. And what's going to make us better in the long term is the way that our people think. Keller Williams actually, in all honesty, was kind of a cultural experiment. At the end of the day,
Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of lag as far as the video goes. So what I'm going to do is exit out of the video. When you email me with your surprise word, I will go ahead and email you these videos. That way you can watch the history of Keller Williams and that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and do it that way. So once you get done with watching this video, go ahead and email me your surprise word, which again was hash brown. And I will go ahead and send you the video links. That way you can watch the video and do it that way yourself. Other than that, that concludes the lay of the land basic office orientation. Again, I'm sorry that we couldn't meet face-to-face to do this, but I'm so glad that you still got some of the information to you. Again, if you need anything, any support with your business, anything that I can help you with, please call me, text me, send a smoke signal. I'm normally always here in the office, and I'm here to help you out. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whatever time it is you're watching this. And again, welcome to Keller Williams.